One foreign investor said that the Philippines is one of the best places in Asia to start a business. Foreigners invest trust in us, not just to do business, but because they believe in our local talent and in our dedication to work. Darcy Lalonde's mission in the Philippines is more than a business. He wants to develop local talents to become the next CEO. That's how confident he is with the passion and dedication he saw in the Filipinos. So Darcy, can you share with us how's your childhood?
I grew up in Canada and in a very cold part of Canada called Regina, Saskatchewan. So as all Canadians did, I played ice hockey and played all the way up to some professional ranks and worked my way up and went to university and I guess in 1999 I moved to Asia and came to Manila.
So when you were a kid, are you a competitive child?
Yeah, I believe sport is a great developer of people, a great developer of leadership skills, and I was lucky enough to be able to play competitive sports and team sports, and I think what you find is that it teaches you many life lessons.
What made you be part of wrestling, because you're a wrestler?
Well, I think that was at the end of my hockey career. I had some notoriety in terms of being an enforcer in hockey. And I guess fell into a number of situations where I ended up getting involved with some wrestlers in Stampede Wrestling, and one thing became another, and had some good fun with it, but then decided I better go get a real job and went to university.
What made you came to Asia?
I owned a company in Canada, and we started doing some work in Manila with I think a very famous institution here called the Asian Development Bank. So I wanted to try something different and move from Canada, and came here in 1999 and started up a company with some other friends of mine. We had companies in Malaysia, the Philippines, Australia, and Singapore. And I guess since then, although I've worked all over the region and all over the world, Manila has always been my base.
Why you decided really Manila as your base?
It's the place that felt me most welcome. I don't think I ever felt here that I socialized and I only lived as an expat or as a foreigner. I have Philippine friends, I have foreign friends, and we can all mix together, and I think it's the welcoming nature of the Philippines.
Why you decided to start your own business?
I guess very early on decided I like to work for myself, and I'm I guess what you would call a serial entrepreneur. Basing yourself out of the Philippines, the one advantage you do have is surrounding yourself with very good people. And to me, work is also my passion, and to be surrounded by people that I like working with, and this is frankly where my base of people are here, and we go, and I think as we should be doing in the Philippines is using this as a headquarter with the people to really run businesses throughout the APJ market.
With that, what is success to you?
Well, success is I think surrounding yourself with great people, sharing the passion of the business that you have, and having fun, succeeding, rewarding, and like I said, taking that opportunity to balance life with work, but to be very passionate about work, because at the end of the day, good business puts money in your pocket and makes life even better.
How you explain what is business all about?
I think to have success in business, you do need to create revenue, and I don't think it's a personal net worth that you need, but it's an opportunity to have a well thought out business that does generate revenue, does generate profit, and with that you can share that with the people it matters most with, and create growing companies. And I think as an entrepreneur, the most fun is starting a company, seeing it grow. Sometimes with success, my companies have become bigger, and frankly, they're not as fun to run when they get bigger, because then you have more governance and more bureaucracy. So I very much enjoy those first steps of startups, surrounding myself with the great team that I bring each and every time, and then seeing success done over and over. And one thing I'm very proud of is every time I may exit a company or sell it or whatever, there's always this thought that, well, that was so much fun, we'll never see that again. And I'm happy to say that I've probably done that 6 or 7 times, and I hope I keep doing it over and over again.
Through that, so how you build your relationship with the Filipinos?
I guess the good news is it's I think if you're fair, I think if you're open, it's very easy to build relationships with the business community and Filipinos in general, and I think it's important to just be open and honest, and I think you get the same in return.
How you encourage the other investors outside to really come to Philippines and invest?
I think it's, for many people, it's about having somebody on the ground here that they trust, and I think I've brought in a lot of investment to the Philippines, and having lived here for more than 15 years, I think it's very, very important that you understand the ecosystems and that you do things the right way, and if you can, the cost to enter the Philippine market is probably less than the majority of the markets, of even the emerging markets. So you look at the cost of people, it's high quality for a pretty reasonable cost.
So through that experience, Darcy, how do you believe with these local talents?
Again, I think the local talent speaks for itself, and it's when you look at the Philippines being the #1 call center hub, it's all about the people and the culture of the people. And one of my passions is to be able to see industries created in the Philippines where Filipinos don't have to go abroad to make a good living, because I think the culture here is very much about family, and it's sometimes a shame that to make a good living you may need to leave the Philippines to be paid an amount that is acceptable to create a good life for yourself and family. But I think now we are seeing where Filipinos can get jobs here, be paid well, can be paid as well as foreigners. And I think that's something I'm enjoying to see, that evolution here of the workforce.
Yeah. So what's the chance of Philippines becoming first world?
Well, I think, even over the 16 years I've been here, things have changed dramatically. I think, you certainly see an emerging middle class that even 15 years ago I didn't see. So in my lifetime, I'm not sure we'll get to a first world, but I think, with the people, like yourself and others who are trying to drive that passion and that belief that, we can be a first world nation. So I think, let's face it, Asia is the emerging market. And I think there is a great opportunity for the Philippines to play a centerpiece in that.
Do you consider Philippines as the tourism destination?
Well, interesting, because as you know, I'm also in the tourism industry, and with Kahuna Resort in La Union, which is a surfing area. It's another, I think, opportunity that has huge potential. And if you look at Thailand, it's their #1 industry. I think the Philippines has the opportunity to do the same, but it requires some regulation, and I think the service levels have to improve. But for sure, the Philippines has a great opportunity in the tourism industry.
To leave one message to future investors in Philippines, what is it?
Come to the Philippines. It's more fun here, and there's great people and there's great talents, and you can leverage those talents, and it's a great location to base yourself out of.
Thank you, Darcy.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Be the change and be the best that you can be. The world already believes in us. The only question is, are we up for the challenge? I am Rebecca Bustamante, and this is Self-Made.